Hi everyone, I'm back. So for those who are returning, hello, welcome back. Kisses. And for those who are new here, hugs, air hugs. A few of you guys requested a first day of school vlog, but my classes aren't going to be starting until the 1st of August. So I decided to film a school makeup tutorial routine video, or whatever you want to call it. So this is just gonna be a clean girl, simple makeup, nothing too crazy. I've been in a Catholic school for quite a while. They don't really allow excessive makeup, so we tend to limit and minimize our use of products. This is perfect for back to school, or even just for an everyday makeup look for when you're going out or running errands or something. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Okay, that's enough yapping and let's start. So I already did my skin prep. So we're gonna start with base, and this is what my bare face looks like. I'm gonna be using sunscreen. I would usually use my tinted sunscreen so that I wouldn't really be using a lot of makeup, but I actually don't prefer that. I might get a new one. I do use it when I'm in a hurry because it's really easier and it's like a 2-in-1 thing. But usually I start with my normal sunscreen and then go with my base. I really like this sunscreen because it's not really heavy and it's really lightweight and it's not sticky. We're gonna go on with my lips. I just basically use a regular chapstick or whatever moisturizer I have on hand. So I normally don't use a primer, but I do have a primer which is water-based, and I recently found out that mixing water-based products with silicone is not good. So I've been trying to find a good alternative for wool, but right now I'm using the Fit Me water-based primer. I'm sorry guys, I am really not a morning person. My brain is not functioning well. Bro. So I kind of just use a little bit and heat it with my fingers. Dab it. We do not swipe, we dab. Okay, while we let that dry and sit, we are gonna prep my concealer using this Color Me Liquid Concealer. I mix it with I combine the Color Me Liquid Concealer with this BB cream. Do not jump at me. This BB cream, it's from Detail. I don't know where I got this, but I have it for some reason. This is my the makeup set that I use often because it's really easy to use and it's smaller. But I really need to get a bigger set. I have another set of brushes, but I really don't like it. So I use this brush, scoop a tiny bit of this because it is kind of like in an orangey dark tone. So I'm gonna like place it on my hand, squeeze out a dot in my inner corners like that and down. Because I don't know if you guys can tell, but my eye bags are like really deep, so like I tend to like cancel out this shadow on the bottom. With the remaining product, I just swipe it onto my outer. I like to like let it sit for a while before blending it. I'm gonna be using an actual foundation. This is the Young Vision Full Coverage. It has this matte finish. Like, I don't really use makeup every day when I'm at home. I just don't really put on makeup, but I do really like putting on my makeup when I'm going out. The way I navigate through the products is kind of like different from how I'm doing it today. It really depends on where I'm going and what I feel on using. And I don't really like blend it out separately, so I would switch between blending my concealer and my foundation. And by the way, most of the products I'm using are either I bought online or was gifted to me. Powder my under eyes with this Laura Mercier translucent loose powder. I'm using this flat brush to like pat it on just to set the concealer. And I also put like on the outers my eyes. When I go to school, I don't really do my eye makeup, but since I'm doing errands today, I'm gonna put a little bit. We're gonna use this Smashbox brush. So, and this is my we're gonna be using my Ershi Qi. I don't know how, but we're gonna use, let's say this shade. So I kind of just like dab it on just a little bit. So we're kind of like just patting it on, dab, and then we pat it on just for a little color. That basically did nothing, but we like to gaslight ourselves. I'm just gonna be binding my natural like line right here on the outer. So I don't know if you can tell, but this is with that fine line and this is without, and it makes it kind of like pop and more awake. For a little shimmer, I'm gonna be using this palette. I actually don't know what brand this is from, but it just says B on the center. This is also actually gifted to me. So I'm gonna be using this shimmer shade. It's called Bangle. I'm gonna use my pinky and like rub it onto the palette and dab it center, brush it out a little bit. This lash color, I actually got it from a local store here, 30 pesos I think. This was like almost like 200 pesos, and it's from Watson's. It sucks, bro. Like, no shame to Watson's. I love Watson's. Like, we love Watson's. Like, bro, 30 pesos, 200 pesos. Screw that. We're just gonna curl it. I learned this trick and I don't know, and I forgot where, but you pump it a few times and like start moving upwards, like kind of like curving it out, so upwards. So instead of the lashes going just like up and it kind of gives this like ugly L shape, it actually kind of like curves up. And now I'm gonna be putting on mascara, and this is my Heroin Make Waterproof Mascara. This is the best mascara ever, guys. Like, I'm not kidding. So I recently watched Sabrina Carpenter's 10-minute makeup from Allura, and I like learned this trick where you would place the mirror like just below your face and kind of like watch your eyelashes as you apply it, because you can actually see the lashes elongating. Let's say the contour. I really don't have like an actual contour palette. I do, but it's like really small, and I feel like it doesn't really match well with how my skin works or the shade. So for an alternative, I use this Clinique mini palette. This is the 01 Teddy Bear Quad eyeshadow palette. So I'm gonna be using this shade. I tend to like just emphasize my nose shape, so we're gonna go wide since my nose bridge is kind of wide. So just to make a proper proportion of my nose, just like that. And I'm gonna do the other side. Line it down. We're not gonna line it all the way. And after that, I like to go back to my Smashbox eyeshadow brush and just like pinch it down like this. So to clean that up, I'm gonna be using the Mirabella concealer. It's a stick concealer. So we're just gonna be carving out basically outside and between the two linings, a little bit on the center. Just blend it. Okay, so next after that, we're gonna go back with the Clinique. We're gonna use this small fluffy brush, kind of like dab it just a little bit. I like under my chin. I kind of like add a little bit onto my neck just to like even out the tone. So I would take the residues from the top of the tube and like dab it and blend it out on my neck. After that, I take my beauty blender and kind of like use the remaining product on my ears just to like even everything out. For my mid-makeup session, I tend to like moisturize my lips again. So I'm gonna be using this moisturizer. Okay, so now we're gonna go back with my Clinique palette and do my eyeshadow. Okay, so I'm gonna use the same shade I used with my eyes. Kind of sweep it on the bottom, kind of here, and then kind of blend it. I'm gonna use my Love and Beauty mini palette. It's actually a shimmer palette. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this mini angle brush, use this kind of white highlight and place it just above my area cell like that. So as you can see, my eyes look more awake now. This whole makeup routine actually just takes me 10 minutes. It kind of seems like a while because I am trying to talk while I'm doing it, but you guys can definitely do it maybe like less than 10 minutes. Now I'm gonna go on with my blush. I'm gonna be using this Groovy Beauty Duo blush. I usually use my milk makeup stick, the one shown in my what's in my bag video. But if you haven't seen that, go check it out. I'm gonna be using this because it stays on for quite a while compared to my stick or liquid blushes. So it's just because we don't want to use too much pigment. I tend to focus on the apples of my cheek instead of anywhere closer to my eye. I feel like it goes well with my face shape. Swirl it. Just a little bit for my chin and for my nose. If I feel like a little pale, because we did use a foundation and we don't want to look like a plain canvas, so use a little bit of the brown shade. My face highlighter. So this is from Casa. I actually broke it. This is a liquid blush, but I don't really use it, as you can see. It's still kind of full. And this is my highlighter. This brush, I forgot where I got this, but brush it a little bit into the product. I'm just gonna put a little bit on my nose. Now we're gonna be doing my lips. We're gonna be using this Nude lip liner. It doesn't say, but I do remember ordering it. I'm just gonna line my lips a little bit. I'm not gonna overline it since I actually do like how my lips are, just to define it. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on the top. So we're gonna be using this lip serum. This is from Bayfree and the shade Almond Milk. This is literally like my favorite lip oil, just because it has this more nude kind of tone. I think that's it, and I'm just gonna do like the final touches and do my hair. I'll be right back.